Have you ever eaten an essential fatty acid? Today we're going to talk about essential fatty acids. What are those? Have I ever eaten one? Well, I hope so, because if you haven't, you're probably dead. So there's two essential fatty acids that our body does not produce on its own, and we need it from our diet. Those two fatty acids are linoleic acid and alpha-linolenic acid. So you may have heard of alpha-linolenic acid in terms of it's an omega-3 fatty acid. And all this is like why it's called an omega-3 fatty acid is because of how it's structured. It's like chemistry makeup. So has hydrogen, carbon, oxygen, and from the methyl end in the chemistry of it, the third bond is a double bond combining two carbons together, and that is where it gets its omega-3 name. Likewise with linoleic acid, it is actually an omega-6 fatty acid, and the sixth bond is a double bond from the methyl end, and that's where it gets its name from. So that's like a little background of the chemistry of it. What do they do for me, or why do I need to worry about them? So most people have heard of omega-3s. Maybe you're taking fish oil or some sorts of supplement, or you get it from fish. Most people think of that. But let's go down and actually break into what it actually is. So in omega-3, in the omega-3 family, there's like DHA and EPA is the things is the fatty acids that you would probably be thinking of, and all that is just different amounts of the carbon chains in that family. So the EPA actually has 20 carbons, and the DHA has about 22 carbons. So alpha-linolenic acid, on terms of EPA and DHA, are very important, especially during adolescence or the beginning years of a baby's life, when the brain is developing and the eyes are developing. There's a lot of that fat actually accumulated in the brain and the eyes. So that's why I think that they don't even put the amount of fat on the baby food labels, is because fat is very, very essential on the beginning stages of life for growth development. So in omega-6 fatty acid, we need to think of arachidonic acid. And for you guys who don't know maybe where arachidonic acid comes from, I like to think of egg yolks or red meat. So let's go into, I guess where we could find these fatty acids, and then what are the benefits of them. So like I said, with omega-6 fatty acids, you can find them in eggs, red meat of sorts. Omega-3 fatty acids, you're going to have your fish oil, krill oil, all your different types of fish is where it's the most potent. I think down the list, I don't remember, but the salmon is obviously number one, and then it goes down the list. So what do omega-6 and omega-3 fatty acids do in my body? So when people think of omega-3 fatty acids, they think of anti-inflammatory. So this is going to lower your blood pressure, help with hypertension. It's gonna help inflammation with your joints and such. Omega-6 fatty acids is the opposite. It's actually pro-inflammatory. So it's gonna be more prone for blood clotting, vasoconstriction, which is just like constricting your blood vessels. So now that we know a little bit about what they do, where we find them, what amount should I be eating? So in the American diet, from so much processed and just junk fast food, our diet consists of like 20 to 1 omega-6 to 3 respectively, about 20 to 1, 25 to 1, some people 30 to 1, and that's crazy because the recommended dose for omega-6 to 3 is about 4 to 1 to about 10 to 1. So if you're in that range, you're doing pretty good, and you should be feeling pretty good too. So I recommend you definitely increasing maybe the types of foods with omega-3 fatty acids in it. I noticed that with recovery and training, definitely a big thing if you increase your omega-3. I like to take fish oil for my supplementation. I take about 4 grams a day. You don't have to take that much. Recommended dose is like 2 to 4. So anyways, you guys learned a little bit about essential fatty acids, and you do ingest them probably every day. I would not worry about, getting in your essential fatty acids because you do every day. But I would try to increase your omega-3. I wouldn't worry about decreasing omega-6 as much as just raising omega-3. So anyways, guys, if this is helpful, give it a thumbs up. Leave some comments in the comment section below. I really appreciate all of the questions you guys have been asking lately. So anyways, guys, much love. Peace.